Hey guys, this is John Ward with the Appalachian Channel, and I'm in Ewing, Virginia today at the Dutch Treat Country Store. It's ran by a family of Mennonites, and they are in here cooking up some bread and cooking up some sandwiches and just making some delicious stuff. Let's go in and check it out. Hey guys, I'm here at the Dutch Treat Country Store. It is run by Leon Gaber, and he is a Mennonite, and this is what I call a Mennonite country store. And they sell a lot of Amish products that they buy from different people, and they make a lot of their products right here. And we're going to check out their kitchen and see what they're doing. You want to introduce us and show us a few things that's going on?
Sure. So this is our deli over here where we make a lot of sandwiches. We slice meat, cheese, of course. We've also got soups. We've got ice cream in the freezer. We've got Sharon working today right here.
Hi.
And Candice over at the store. And Jan.
So it looks like you're making sandwiches already for people, for customers for lunch, or they orders called in, or?
So some of them might be, some of them, you know, people who will come in. Oh, these are these. Okay, so we got an order for a bunch of sandwiches this morning. So
We've got
they're making those up.
quite a few for 11:15 today, so we get started early.
So you make the bread that you put for the sandwiches
Yes,
too?
all the bread's made right here. If you come over here, she's not mixing bread now, but it's something else. What you making there?
German chocolate cakes.
German chocolate cake.
Oh.
So this would be bread that was made this morning. That's bread for either for the shelf out there, or then it'll go back here in the deli. Cornbread. We've got Italian herb cheese bread. We've got a pineapple upside down cakes down there. She'll mix the bread there in the mixer where she's at now. Weigh it out, put it into the loaf pans here, and then it'll go into, well, she goes on the rack to rise, and then into the oven to bake. She'll come in early and get all the bread made up by usually, well, by this time of the day, 9 o'clock in the morning, she's done with the bread and just working on other things, and she'll often go home by lunchtime or so.
So you originally got this from your grandfather, and we're going to go talk to him in a few minutes.
Yep.
I met him this morning, and how did that work out that he ended up with the store? You said
So my wife's uncle started it as a small sandwich shop. It was just really small at the time, just sandwiches. They sliced a little bit of meat and cheese, sold it by the pound, and they had a little bakery there. They sold some bread and rolls and stuff. And then it wasn't really the kind of thing. He grew up in construction, and that's what he enjoyed, and that's what he wanted to go back to. So he ended up going back to was wanting to get out of the sandwich shop. So my grandpa was interested, and he ended up buying it from my wife's uncle. And then so it started in 2006. My grandpa bought it in 2009. Then I joined my grandpa and worked for him in 2016. 2019 is then when I bought my grandpa out. Now he works for me. So.
how many people usually working on a day here? Got quite a few, looks like.
So there's 9 here today. Yeah, we'll have anywhere from 6 to 9 probably.
How many loaves of bread did you say you go through a day?
How many loaves are you making in a day or in a week?
I don't know. It just depends.
They use probably 40 in the deli in a day, don't they?
Yeah, probably.
And then you do 40 on the
I
shelf?
have 42 on the shelf this morning.
Those have all been fresh?
There was some left over from yesterday.
Yeah, so plus orders and stuff, we're probably doing what?
I don't know, I guess.
It's kind of hard to figure.
I figure I made around 100 loads this morning.
So you must come in pretty early then to do that.
Yeah. I came in at, this morning it was 3 o'clock, I think.
3 o'clock in the morning? Oh my goodness. Good for you. So is she the main baker or?
Yeah, she does all the bread.
She does,
Takes care of the kitchen.
she does everything. She's been here for 20 years.
No.
Everything.
How long has
She
she been
comes
here?
in here for 3 o'clock in the morning getting on.
I've been here since 2013.
Pretty close.
She's been here longer than I have.
So you started working for his cousin originally? What was did you bought?
No, I actually I started working for his grandpa
Okay.
when his grandpa had it. Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. She's fast. She don't slow down, does she? All right, so I noticed these last time when I came in here. I didn't order anything, but I've always thought this was an ideal if I ever ran a restaurant that would work really good. So where did this come from, this idea?
I don't know.
You don't know?
This was here, they were doing this before I came. I'm not sure. Probably just from some of the other stores around that are kind of like us that were doing these sandwiches.
So they come in and it's got your price and they just mark what they want and they just turn this in, put their name on it and turn it in.
Yeah.
And then it's something I think that I saw on one of the other Mennonite stores at another location on their Facebook page. They had this basically this same thing.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't know if that's something that the Mennonite used?
It probably was, but yeah, I'm not really sure. That was around long before I was in this business, so I'm not really sure exactly what happened, where that came from. But yeah, you'll see them very similar, slightly different formats, but the same idea in a lot of these stores like it.
So, what's the most favorite item for people in this area? What do you sell the most of?
Cajun turkey.
Cajun turkey?
And pepper jack cheese.
Pepper jack cheese.
Those are most popular meat cheese.
So the sandwiches, you said you could come in and pick any of this?
Yeah.
Cheese
Yeah,
or?
we have a lot of them listed on our papers, the most common ones. But any of these we can put them on the sandwich, any of the meats, any of the cheese.
Okay. So you try to buy from as many Mennonite companies as you possibly can, but I'm sure there's some items you can't
right,
get.
Exactly. A lot of my, just common restaurant supplies that I need, I get those through Performance Food Group, PFG, just out of Johnson City.
So I see you mainly have a lot of candies. Is that why it's called the Dutch treat originally? Or there's a lot of candy here. What's your best seller? And do you package all? Let's go over and look at some of that.
Sure. So yeah, there's actually a few of these candies that we make ourselves here on the front. So the fudge, peanut butter roll, and the Buckeyes, peanut brittle, and cashew crunch, we make those ourselves right here. Most of this other stuff will come from Dutch Valley or Walnut Creek, one of the two. And we get them in say 20, 30 pound cases. And then we'll package it out into these smaller containers. It's just an economical way where we can buy it at a better price, and we can package it out and try to get it to our customers at a better price as well.
Is this some of the stuff that you packaged here, maybe?
Yes. This would have been packaged. Would have come in on one of the trucks. It would be package all this out ourselves here.
So yeah, this is a fat man's delight here, ain't it?
Yeah, I reckon.
So you've got this looks a little on the healthier side down this aisle, maybe on the. I see a few.
Yeah, we've got some very unique items. Of course, we've got all the honey roasted peanuts, the common things that you can find, nuts. But then something like this dried okra chips. That's something you can't find just anywhere. And I sell a lot of that. Mixed vegetables, beet chips.
Now,
plantain chips.
Let me back up just a
Okay.
second. When you talk about this, how are they fixing this or processing it? This you said okra chips.
Yeah, so these are, I'm not sure exactly how they're processed. It's actually a product of, I believe it's Vietnam, I think is where that comes from, and I think it's where they make it.
So are they ready to eat right now like this?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they don't
you
have
eat
to
'em
be
just
cooked.
like
You
that.
just
Nope.
see, I've never seen anything
Yeah.
like that just eat out of the bag. So yeah, that caught my attention of being really unique.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that I can that I look for, unique products like that I can sell, and something that people can't find just anywhere. And a lot of these are kind of the same kind of category. They come from, like I said, I think it's Vietnam, somewhere over there, and a lot of these vegetable chips come from there, and there's a unique product that you can't find hardly anywhere else.
So when we see these labels, this is labels you all printed here by the pound.
Yes.
You print out the weight or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and package them. So yeah, that's
Right.
So this is some different. I see it says Amish country microwave popcorn.
Yeah, that's just a brand that I can buy from one of those distributors, and it comes with the label and everything on it. I just pop it on the shelf. Unique products again. It's like this one's a ladyfinger. It's a very small popcorn. You compare it with, say, this one, and you can see the difference in the size of those kernels. It just makes, when they pop, it makes a very fine, tender popcorn, and they're a hulless. So it's not completely hulless, but there are a lot fewer holes in your popcorn than a lot of popcorn you get. Very high quality. So the maple syrup comes straight from New York. It's a Mennonite-owned company up there, people that I met, and they tap the trees themselves. They cook it into the syrup and bottle it themselves and bring it down. So it's an item that I'm really happy to have, high quality maple syrup that you can't find a lot of places in the South.
So every shelf has just got something unique that you just don't see in your normal Walmart store or something like that.
Yeah, the granola here is another one that's made in Ohio by either Mennonites or Amish. I know the man that owns the business, a very good feller, and just a high quality granola is really good for breakfast. I had some this morning. Butter that comes. It's a Wisconsin hand rolled butter. I don't know exactly on the process of how it's made. But it's a very high quality butter. I have people drive an hour and a half just for butter.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah. People love that butter.
I know you said you had some people from Follett, my hometown, which is
Yeah.
about an hour and 30 minutes away, come up by from
Yeah,
quite often.
yeah.
So
Yeah, they come. I have people. Yeah, from a long ways off. They come for the butter. Bacon is another one that people really come a long ways for. The buttermilk is kind of a good quality buttermilk that people like.
I see that's Walnut Creek there, so they make quite a bit of
Yeah.
different products, don't they? Now, is this something that y'all make here? I see it's packaged, looks like it might have been.
Yes, the pimento cheese, we make the pimento cheese ourselves. Chicken salad we make here. The coleslaw and the peanut butter spread. The rest of those are items that we get in bulk and package out ourselves. These hams, my great uncle started the Yoder's Country Cured Hams years and years ago. I don't even know exactly when, as long as I can remember. But he gets those made with his recipe, and he's passed away. His son's on the business now, but something that I'm really happy to have here that you can't find just anywhere. These are also items that come. We just buy those in from Ohio. Frozen fruits. Those are really good. The meats right here, my brother raises the beef, the hogs, and the lamb, and gets them slaughtered USDA at a USDA facility, and then I'm able to sell them here. I've got sausage, ground lamb, leg of lamb, hamburger, lots of steaks and stuff. Really good quality meats.
So we got some signs up here that says the Dutch Treat, egg, sausage, ham, bacon, frozen foods. We've got a little bit of a gift shop over here too, don't we?
Yeah. I try to keep some things, especially this time of the year. We're getting close to Christmas. I like to have some gift items here. They sell pretty well this time of year. And
So-
of course, we've got baking supplies over here, all kinds of flour and sugar. We've got spices over on the other shelf. So, yeah, we can kind of got you covered if you're wanting to bake something good.
And I think earlier they were packaging stuff. You was care to show us where they package everything at?
So she's packaging some raw sugar here right now. It comes in a 50-pound bag, and we package it out into these bags here, and then we'll lay the bag onto this scale. It'll print out a label right here, and it's ready for the shelf.
Well, that's pretty easy. Now, as far as printing the label was easy anyway.
Yeah, that part is.
So that's your job, printing the label, huh?
No, I let her do that. I just take the money to the bank.
You just take the money to the bank.
No, there's a lot more than that.
So it comes, he just has to scoop it out. So each one would be just a little bit different. So you just weigh it and it just goes, each package would be a different price just about, wouldn't it?
It's a random weight item.
So all that stuff that we saw out there packaged was at one time come through here on the scales here.
Yeah, that would have, all that comes through here.
So is the bread waiting to be labeled? Is that what it is?
That's a wholesale order that the restaurant ordered, and so they'll come pick that up this evening.
Okay, so you sell some to restaurants?
Yeah, we do probably, I don't know, anywhere from 300 to 500 loaves a week wholesale probably.
So we're in the back stock room here with extra
Yeah.
stock and behind the scenes here where people mostly don't see. So you got some unusual drinks back here. Let's talk about them a minute.
Yeah. So these are, once again, something that you can't find just anywhere. I believe these are made in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, New Jersey. It's a company that just recently started up, and it's got, I don't know, probably 20 different flavors of lemonades and teas. So yeah, like I usually tell people, if you want the best peach tea there is, just get Joe. If they've got the flavor, it's probably the best tea or lemonade of that flavor that you can buy. So
does a company like that find you and the salesman bring you the product to you? How do you find it?
I buy that through Dutch Valley Foods, one of those
Dutch
big
Valley
distributors
Foods,
that we talked
okay.
about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, so they must be a pretty big distributor of a little bit of everything.
Oh
there.
yeah. They've got lots and lots of stuff. Yeah.
So this is just stuff that's already on the shelf, just extra stock made up that didn't fit, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just waiting to be moved out when there's enough sales out that we've got room to put it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a whole cart of, what's this here?
That's actually another order for a coffee shop. That'll go out today too. That's an order, a wholesale bread order for a coffee shop.
Oh wow, that's quite a bit of bread.
Yeah, yeah. They buy. It's not uncommon for them to get 40 loaves.
So where would this be going? What town?
Cumberland Gap.
Cumberland Gap, okay.
Tennessee. Yeah,
Wow.
Gap Creek Coffee House down in
Okay.
Cumberland Gap, Tennessee.
So anybody that eats it, I've ate there before and ate their sandwiches,
Yeah.
so that's what it's made. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's our bread.
How about that? That's all right.
Talked about Joe drinks. They also have chips, and they're really good chip. They've got a big 5-ounce bags and little 2-ounce bags.
So we're finding out you're not just a retail store, but you're wholesaling stuff out too, like your dad does.
Yeah,
like your
a little
dad
bit,
does
yeah.
on the canned stuff, and
We do
well, how
some.
about that? So we've been talking about Leon's dad's business, the Relish Barn, and I'm kind of fascinated with it. I don't know why, but I enjoy seeing canned products. Even though if I don't eat it, I like seeing it. So there's some of the items I don't particularly like, but I just think it's beautiful the way it's done. So you grew up doing this up with your dad as a kid. You said you started in North Carolina, your dad did.
Yeah.
And so what was it like in this business growing up as a kid doing this? What'd you do as a day?
Okay, so we get the main product was the chow chow, southern chow chow, and that would be something we would shred up the cabbage, onions, peppers the day before and salt it down, and it would set overnight in that salt brine. We'd get up, one of us would get up early in the morning, we'd go up and get it started, put it into the big kettles and add all the ingredients and get it cooking. We'd go back down and we'd eat breakfast, It'd take an hour, hour and a half for it to cook. And then we go up and we get started. We had two kettles, and we'd switch back and forth, all day long. And we'd make 4 to 6, sometimes 8 batches in a day. And yeah, that was kind of, in that process, we would, in between batches and stuff, we'd be shredding up the cabbage for the next day.
So what time would you start in the morning on something like this?
Usually about 8 o'clock is when we start actually canning. Now we get up like 6 and go up and get it started.
So was this how many family members would usually work there at the time? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 5 brothers and 3 sisters. That was me and my 2 brothers, just older than me, and 1 just younger, that did most of it at the time that I was working there. So yeah, that was we pretty much did both. Yeah, we did most of it. Just the 3 of us, and Dad would run off, take orders and take care of the paperwork and all that stuff.
So now your dad's got people that buy this and sell it all over the southeastern United States. And, it's interesting. Maybe we'll get to come see what he does with it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
When I talked to Leon there a little while ago, he was talking about how that his family moved here in about 2004, and that the Mennonites kind of move around and set up new communities in different areas. I wasn't really familiar with that. So, so they'll find a new location and sell. You sold out your business and moved back here to Virginia. Ended up in Virginia. So what year did you end up here in Virginia?
Well, what happened there when I sold out in North Carolina, I thought I was done in the store business. And there's a little community over at Burkesville, Kentucky. I had a daughter and son-in-law living there, so we thought that's a good place for an old man about 65 years old to move to. But I guess they're a little like I am too. They were a little bit adventuresome, and some of them decided to do a little outreach thing in Brazil. So my oldest daughter and son-in-law, they live. All right, that's a mail carrier. I lived over there about 5 years, but then my daughter and son-in-law decided to leave from there. But I thought we were going to stay. Meanwhile, this had started out as just a little bakery down the road here, and they were going to close it up, and they just couldn't find anyone to take it over. And a couple times, they knew I had experience in this kind of a business, and so they started calling me and wondered if I would be interested in coming over there here and taking it over. And I know the first I said, no, I never even dreamed. I said, no way, I did not doing anything like that again. But anyway, a couple times, and anyway, they were just getting ready to auction it off and close it up, and they did one more plea. And so anyway, all of a sudden they decided, my son-in-law, that he lived here. Yeah, they came over to pick me up, and we came over here and looked it over, and all of a sudden it just seemed like the spirit woke up, and I said, I think I'd like to do this. Kind of made a snap decision, but anyway, here we are. We were very small down. You probably don't know where the building is, but it's about exactly 4 miles on the right. It's down here where they sell the storage building.
And then your grandson Leon worked for you.
Well, he didn't at that time yet. Yeah, you see, Leon has worked for us. Came into about 5 years ago, I believe, because he was just a young man when we moved over here, because it's 14 years. And but anyway, it just gradually grew and grew, and I mean, it was just, I always said, hey, it's a wonder we don't get shut down. It's like a third world business here. But I'm the kind of person, I think, you take everything to the Lord. What do you mean? See, I have a sign that says God is my source, but all of a sudden, I could hardly keep up with the record keeping and so on, Leon was teaching school here for about 3 years. And he was looking for something else. And I said, hey, would you want to come down here and work for us and be the floor manager? And I said, I know you're into computer, and I want you to just get whatever you need to get set up. But anyway, at that time, we didn't know about this building. You know, we were just pulling my hair and said, what could we do? And all of a sudden, one day, we heard Pizza Plus was closing here. And so, anyway, to make a long story, I'm kind of a wordy person, but that's how we got up here. I guess I owned it 2 years. And then it was time to hand it over to Leon, yeah.
How'd you feel that day when Leon took over?
Well, I was relieved, yeah.
Didn't have that responsibility of everything.
Yeah,
You just come in if you wanted to, couldn't you, and work? I bet you show up on a regular basis here, though, don't
Well,
you?
I do. In a way, sometimes I work more than I did then. But at my age, one reason I do, because I can tell it's good for my health. If I sit at home, I have a few physical things that vex me, but not too bad. But the best thing I can do is be upright here. So it's just been a blessing, just a blessing from the Lord, yeah.
Yeah, well, I see some other stuff right here on the counter. Here's some Yoder Natural CBD.
Yeah.
Is this one of the family members, maybe one of the Yoders here, this company?
It is. It's my nephew and his wife. They live at close to Seneca, South Carolina. His wife, she's a trained herbalist and so on, and so they're the ones that do that. All right, we need to take care of customers. You folks have everything you need?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. If we can get in the groove here.
All right.
Y'all local?
Yeah, I'm from Pennington. I've seen you on the web,
On the what?
on the internet.
On there? Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're making a video about the store. Y'all shop here quite a bit?
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time we're down here, I need to come back and stock up on a few things.
Yeah, they got some different stuff here, don't they?
Yeah, got some good stuff. Well worth your money.
$15.61. Put a penny there for you.
All right, thank you. They're so nice here. Very, very nice.
Yes, I met Leon. They had a festival about 3 weeks ago down at the park.
Yeah.
And they were set up, and we were filming. And then talked to them about coming up here and filming what they do. So we got here this morning and been filming them in the kitchen a little bit. So we'll have a video there before too long. What's y'all's names?
I'm Wayne Cowan. This is Lisa.
I'm John
Wow.
Ward. And this is my
Good
son
to meet you.
Jacob.
Howdy.
Howdy.
So you're the first customers we film ringing up, so you might be on the video there.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Y'all have a good day.
All right.
Thank
See
you,
y'all.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, I wish you could have hit us in the day, maybe when we were busy, when these vet school students turn up. You know, we almost feel like we're part of that sometimes. You know, these students, they're in here for 3 or 4 years, so we get to know a lot of them just personally, and they know us.
So maybe you can help me figure this out. So if I wanted a chicken salad sandwich, what would I put on here?
So you would circle chicken salad sandwich down there at the bottom,
Okay.
and then you can circle the type of bread you want.
Now, he said you had Italian cheese today that you normally don't have. It's on here. Can you use that? Is that something that would work with that sandwich? Or is
Yeah,
that,
we can put it on there.
that's not normal though?
That's only on Wednesdays. We have that bread.
But I'm saying, is it normal for people to put chicken salad on Italian cheese bread?
I've never made a sandwich like that before.
It's usually on sourdough bread.
Usually, yeah.
Well, maybe I should go with what people normally go with. The sourdough, okay.
Right.
So,
sourdough too.
Sourdough there, okay,
And then if you want cheese or any other toppings, you can just circle those too.
okay.
How do I do the special on here? I just.
It's sandwich of the day down there at the very bottom.
Okay.
And then if you want the soup of the day, it's not actually on the paper right now, so
Okay.
just write it on there
Can
somewhere.
I switch it to a turkey?
Yeah,
Okay.
just circle the turkey that you want. We have a couple of different ones.
Okay. What's your popular one on the turkey?
Hand roasted turkey. It's just the regular, yeah.
Oh, you're making fried pies.
We go ahead and slice up the meat and cheese before our day starts.
We weigh all of our meat.
Every sandwich gets a 1/4 pound of meat and a slice and a half of cheese. We keep everything in the same spot, so even when we're really busy like we normally are, all we have to do is just reach in and grab in a certain spot, and we know what we're grabbing.
Know right where it's at.
Yes, it
And they're
makes
constantly being filled up because they're at lunchtime, so it's empty all the time.
So now what type of bread's that?
It's not cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread?
She makes that too. Italian cheesy bread.
Do y'all make that chicken salad, or is that something you buy? So
Irma
it's-
makes it homemade.
Oh, really? How about that?
She makes everything here.
Irma, the one that does all the baking? Now, how many hours a week does she work?
12 a day, usually 10 to 12 hours a day, every day.
Irma works 10 to 12 hours a day. Wow.
And she went to take a day off one time, and to prepare for the following day when she wasn't going to be here, she worked 17 hours. The woman is amazing. We couldn't do this without her. At all.
Is that yours?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So you wrap the order form right on top of it. How about that?
Sam will know what's in there, and he can ring it up. And here,
Okay.
we slice it and we put it in these containers for our sandwiches. And that way, when someone orders, it's already ready to go, and we're not having to slice per order. But it's done fresh every morning. The cheese doesn't sit out for long, and we go through a lot of it. And we just put that there. And then where every sandwich gets 1.5 slices, we slice some more. And then we just cut this in half. And we put it in here so that each sandwich gets 1.5 slices.
So they said you made the chicken salad too? Yeah?
I do.
So how late do you work during the day here?
I'm sorry?
How late do you work to?
Noon.
Noon?
Sometimes it's a little bit later, but I try and be out of here by noon.
No, this is really a neat system to do this, you know. The customers enjoy it. They can make a custom sandwich, but they're actually doing a little work, you know, make it easier for us. You know, some place you'll go into for custom sandwich, they have to write it down. We could hardly make all these sandwiches. The customers did do some of the work for us. When I came over here and they were making sandwiches, and, you know, I felt a little intimidated. I wondered if we could do it, but anyway, not that much to it
When you got the bread already, it made it easier.
yeah, and of course you have help now that knows how to do it and all that.
The lady that does all the baking, what's her name? Irma?
Yeah, Irma Raber.
Yeah, she's a busy lady, ain't she?
I just want to tell you, she is something else. Now, I'll tell you.
I asked them who made the chicken salad. They said Irma. And anything I ask about, she bakes everything in here, I guess, almost, right?
Well, she has these other girls help some too, but she'll come in early in the morning, and you know, I said already, don't say it too loud. We could pay her twice, probably. I don't know what Lynn pays her, but anyway, she's worth every penny she gets.
It's hard to find a good worker like that, ain't it?
Yeah, well, she grew up in an Amish home up in northwest Pennsylvania and on a dairy farm, and she was used to working from little up. And
well, me and Jacobs came out here to the little pavilion that they have outside to eat our sandwiches that we got. We're going to take a little break, then go in and finish up. It's been a very interesting experience today, learning about the different foods and the different things that they do. I'm going to get this sandwich ate so we can get back to work. Some eggs.
I don't like pickle stuff, but you probably do.
What else you want?
I want some blackberry jam.
Some blackberry jam. Seedless blackberry jam. Over here's some stuff. Did you see Jordan Harmon's earlier?
No, that's one.
Oh.
That's that coffee.
Oh, here they are. This is one of our favorites right here. Definitely got to have some of them.
Chocolate covered gummy bears.
Chocolate covered gummy bears.
I got a question for you. What's the difference on these two?
this one here we mix up here, I believe, and this is something we get out of Ohio or Pennsylvania. Mrs. Miller's Homemade Noodle Company.
Let's try both of them.
Yeah, let's get them both. Test them out. It's my favorite. I love that marshmallow stuff. I've done it before.
I see. So where did you get it before?
I got it as a Christmas gift.
Oh, okay.
Looked for it for a long time.
Let's see, they're made with the old-fashioned dried apples. $4.98. Jam there, and you have the cake, $14.98. $57.82.
Thank you.
And you can get as many of those calendars as you want, and there's some big ones back there on the shelves that are free too.
Oh, okay, so you got calendars here. You got some bigger ones in the back?
Yeah,
Okay.
along the back wall there on the bottom shelf, you'll see them. They're all free as many as you want.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Where you want
Let's get some of the butter for my sister.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah? Is he still back here?
Yeah, he's over there.
We got some drone footage. I'll send you some of those pictures by themselves so you can use them for whatever.
That'd be perfect.
If you need them
I
for.
thought about that actually when I saw you out there. It's like, I wonder if I can get out.
Yeah. I'll send you what I got.
Okay.
Sun finally came out.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd help.
So I'm seeing a couple of items. I know we talked about the stuff your dad makes, and you said you had a brother that provides beef for y'all.
Yeah.
And there's some other items out there from family, right?
I think that's about it as far as I know.
I saw some CBD stuff. Is that from-
Okay, yeah. That'd be my wife's. I mean, sorry, my grandpa's nephew does that. So it'd be my mom's first cousin, whatever. And then be the same deal on that ham as well. I forgot about that.
On the what?
The Yoder's Country Ham.
The ham? Okay.
Yeah, that would have been my great uncle started that.
Okay. So seems like the Mennonites seem to be business people. Really, they make and manufacture and
Yeah. I mean, it was originally back in the day, it would have been a lot of farming would have been done, but it's over time. The family farm is kind of isn't what it used to be. You're not able to make a living the way it used to be there, so they've switched a lot to more manufacturing and food businesses and things like that. So
yeah. Well, we've had a great visit. We bought us up a bunch of stuff and take it back, and we're glad that you let us come today and video. Anything else you got to think of you might want to tell people?
We're just glad that y'all are here. Appreciate you doing this, and any people out there, come on by and see us. We're glad to have people come. So.
It's good to meet you.
He gave us these cups. He doesn't charge us. He said we could have these cups.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah.
Well, Sam, it's been an honor meeting you, and I'll be back, and we'll talk again another time, okay?
Yeah, thank you.